All right, let's start with a big story that we are tracking this hour, where Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is presently in London on a 4-day visit of the bilateral engagements as well as multilateral discussions as a part of the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. Now, the Indian origin families settled in London have a message for the Indian Prime Minister.
We need a safer India for our next visit.
बेटा पढ़ाओ बेटी बचाओ.
We need safe India.
India should be cleaner.
All right, so that was the message which some of the youngsters had to give to the Prime Minister, saying Beti Bachao, and he also has been given the message Beta Padhao or Beti Bachao. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be holding a breakfast meeting with the British Prime Minister Theresa May, post which he will visit the Science Museum in London with Prince Charles. Now, the Prime Minister will also be attending the British-India CEO Forum in the evening, and the meet with Queen of England in Buckingham Palace is also slated. His last engagement for today will be attending a reception by the Indian community that is settled in London. Now, the event will include Prime Minister Narendra Modi answering questions from across the world, which have already been asked on social media. All right, now for more on this, we are joined in by our London Bureau Chief, Mandy Clark, who's joining us live from London, who's also tracking all the developments for us very closely. Good morning to you, Mandy. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning in London. Now, it's going to be a very hectic day for the Prime Minister of India, who's presently in London. So what's up on agenda here?
Well, he does have a jam-packed day. In an hour, he's going to meet the Prime Minister, Theresa May, for a morning breakfast meeting. He's visiting science and tech areas. We have dancers that are gathering outside Downing Street at the moment who want to dance in celebration of his visit. He's also visiting CEOs of Indian origin and how they've been helping with everything. So it's going to be a very busy day.
Absolutely, indeed. And also this is a relationship that is progressing. You know, the recent estimates, official estimates, point out that India and the United Kingdom's bilateral trade stands at almost about $13 billion. Now, can we expect any sort of trade deals to in fact be discussed in this visit?
It's unlikely that there'll be trade deals, but certainly Britain is very keen on getting some strong trade links with India. So there'll be talk of business without a doubt. Whether anything gets signed during this visit might be a bit unlikely, but he's certainly meeting with business leaders here in London.
And also the optics of this visit. Now, India and the United Kingdom share, very close ties in terms of defense, in terms of cooperation in several other areas such as transfer of technology, etc. Talk to us a bit about, the manner in which Prime Minister Modi's visit to United Kingdom is in fact being received there back in Britain.
Well, he's certainly getting the red carpet treatment. He's got a meeting on top of meeting Prince Charles. He's also meeting the Queen at Buckingham Palace. Of course, he's here for the Commonwealth heads of government, but he's having lots of bilaterals. So it really shows the importance that Britain is placing on their relationship with India going forward. They want to have a much deeper and stronger ties with India, in particularly in the vantage point of Britain. With their exiting the European Union, they do need stronger trade ties. They have a historic relationship, and they're really focusing on what they have in common, and they really want closer ties, and they're certainly pulling out all the stops.
Absolutely, indeed. And just before I let you go, Prime Minister Modi, whenever he travels abroad, he makes it a point to meet members of the Indian diaspora. He addresses these massive gatherings, and we expect that he'll also be addressing a diaspora event called Bharat Ki Baat Sabke Saath, essentially talking that the issues of India which will be discussed with people, the Indian diaspora from around the world. What are the preparations like for that event?
It certainly has been going on for around a week. It's supposed to be a big event, lots of people coming. That's happening around the evening, around 5 o'clock local time. A lot of the questions have been taken from social media that he will be answering. But it's really a chance for the diaspora to engage with Prime Minister Modi, who is a very popular leader, at least at this side of the world.
All right, Mandy Clark, thank you very much indeed for joining us from London and getting us all those updates. So it is, of course, a big day. Prime Minister Modi, after wrapping up his visit in Stockholm, is now in England, and this is going to be a busy day ahead for the Indian Prime Minister, who's got a lot of interactions which are, of course, planned up. He'll also be meeting with the British Queen. And post that, there is this big event, Bharat Ki Baat Sabka Saath, where he'll be addressing members of the Indian diaspora. Remember, he also addressed the members of the Indian community in Sweden as well, where he spoke extensively as to how the Indian community, which is abroad, are essentially the ambassadors of India in that particular country. He has spoken about how trade and the ease of doing business has, of course, been improved upon in India, and he's asked the NRIs to effectively come to India to trade and invest and also be a part of the new India story that he's presently scripting.